Guys, welcome to the Shay Speaks Life channel where them chords gonna get you right channel. Look though, this will be a collective message. Guys, keep in mind the energy is fluid. This could already happen in the past. This could be happening right now in the present or about to happen in the future. Take what applies and let the rest fly. You feel me? They said if it don't fit, then you must have quit. Okay, anyway, moving on. I've already asked my ancestors and spirit team go ahead and return back to sender any black magic or any negative energy sent this way, and so it be. Ashe, Ashe. Okay, just period. Let's see what's going on here. Happy birthday to all of my Aries gang, and friends. Now let them read them again. You see how that came out at the end. Okay, yeah, let's see what's going on here. I have some of the shadow work that you guys have had to master here or mastering here or, experiencing at this time. Exploring feelings, arrogance, avoidance, divine juggling, inner balance. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Exploring feelings, guys, being authentic and gaining closure. Okay, delve into the insecurities and unresolved emotions. For a group of you here, right, you are exploring your feelings about how you feel about yourself. You are actually exploring the insecurities that you have within yourself. The reason of why you feel this way here. Right? I feel like for a group of you, you're exploring all of those feelings and emotions because it has to do with the person that you were dealing with, or I feel like the way that you dealt with yourself. I have arrogance and avoidance here. Okay, so either someone that you were dealing with here, collective, that you were dealing with, that they couldn't see their flaws, hence they couldn't have any self-awareness. Okay, and you had to allow yourself to feel all of these emotions that were associated with this arrogance here. Okay, you were dealing with someone who was arrogant. You couldn't tell them nothing. And this is who you had to gain closure from, somebody who was arrogant here, who wasn't going to give you closure, who was actually avoiding you, collective. I really feel like this ex of yours here, when you wanted to explore these feelings or come to them and tell them about these feelings here, they were too arrogant here and they would avoid you. So they wouldn't even validate your emotions and your feelings here, collective. Yeah, this person was so arrogant that they didn't see that their flaws hindered their growth here. And this is why you guys could not grow together. This is why, collective, you've ascended way past this person that you were dealing with here. Okay? No limits to learn and improve. This person didn't know any limits here. And this is why they couldn't improve or grow. This person stayed arrogant here, collective. Okay, and it pushed you, if you will, to explore these insecurities because they were very arrogant and they were doing this avoidance. It was like they was playing this game here with you. And when I say games, I have divine juggling. Yeah. So they were avoiding you and they were causing confusion here. This is why at the beginning you had to gain closure for yourself. For a group of you, I'm feeling like. Okay, it's the key to see the need to avoid discomfort, but also to overcome it and thrive. Yeah, for a group of you here, you tried to confront this person about the way that you were feeling or the way that this person made you feel here, collective. But they were acting out of arrogance. Okay, they weren't really listening to what you were saying. They was avoiding confrontation, very passive aggressive here. Okay, they were avoiding confrontation, or you were avoiding confrontation with this arrogant person because you know it'll cause, right, this back and forth here, if you will, for a group of you. And then I have divine juggling. Master different aspects of yourself, both light and dark. I really feel like for a group of you, you had to start juggling both the light and the dark. You only started to really understand it once you start exploring these feelings and your insecurities, right? And unresolved emotions. You had a little bit of healing to do. You had some more shadow work to do when you came across this arrogant person who avoids serious conversations when it comes to the emotional aspect of you, right? When it comes to exploring feelings here, this person would try to cause an imbalance here. They would avoid taking accountability. They would avoid taking responsibility. They would avoid any intimacy here. 444 on the timer. Yeah, I have inner balance here. What you resist persists. I really feel like because this ex of yours kept pushing against the grain here, kept pushing against growth here, they were causing an imbalance here. Okay, they cause the juggling act, the inner balance here. This is what they battle within themselves. So they projected this battle of juggling here, the light and the dark. Yeah, they projected onto you here, collective. That's why inner balance came right with divine juggling here. Yeah. This is the inner balance and juggling act that you've had to do here, collective, of trying to find wholeness and duality within yourself here. Mastering both the light and the dark. Okay? What you accept transforms here. I feel like for a group of you, you had to accept the things you cannot change about this person, this arrogant person that avoided serious conversations, serious talks about where you guys stand here as it relates to how you feel in security in the relationship here, collective. They caused the imbalance here. Yeah. They avoided a confrontation. They avoided having a talk with you, collective. They avoided you. And they tried to cause an imbalance. Because if you cause an imbalance to a divine being, a divine feminine or a divine masculine here, you won't be complete and whole. The whole point, right, of doing the shadow work is to achieve wholeness and duality. Okay, mastering the light and the dark so you can gain closure here. I feel like for a group of you, again, you only gain closure after walking away from this person. This arrogant person did not give you closure. They did not come in peace. And they avoided you at all costs here. Some of them could be avoiding you. They didn't give you closure. They might have walked away from you here, collective. Once you start exploring your feelings and explaining to them how you were feeling or how they were making you feel here. Or their lack of action here, okay? Yeah. Control issues, collective. Yeah. Fear of losing power or false security leads to vulnerability here. So for a group of you, you had to release. Yeah, you guys tried to control the outcome of this part. Again, you could not control this person. Okay, you could not help them grow unless they wanted to grow, collective. And this is what you had to realize. This is what you had to battle within your self-control issues. You want to be able to control the outcome of the situation, and that's just not life. Okay, once you I'm sorry, y'all, Mercury retrograde. Okay, yeah. I feel like once you've gained wholeness here, and the inner balance that you've had to juggle within, I really feel like control issues was one of the things you've had to battle here. Yeah. This person also was controlling as well. Okay. This person was arrogant and controlling here. And once you started to let them know how you were feeling, like, hey, I'm feeling like you tripping a little bit, you know what I mean? But it was only them projecting because they were the fear of losing control and losing power of you, collective. And ultimately, the truth of the matter is they still lost control. They had control issues. Some of you guys needed to control maybe how they felt or what they were going to do. And that's something that you had to realize that you could not control here. You can only control you, collective. You can control how you react. You can control how you feel. That's what you can control. And what you did, you control the peace and the inner harmony in your life. Ooh, ooh. Clock that T, okay? Clock it or something like that. Making peace. In the midst of adversity lies the path to self-discovery. Profound, genuine, and risk. Yeah, you made peace to the whole situation. It came over here under exploring feelings. Okay, yeah. You made peace with the whole situation, baby. Once you done the shadow work and started to heal yourself and realize the type of person that you were dealing with here, you made peace with this person and you made peace with the whole situation. Okay, you released having control over this person and you were able to make peace with it. Okay, yeah. That's accepting the things that you cannot control here, okay? But having the courage to put forth the effort on the things that you can. And the things that you can was gaining balance here within yourself, the light and the darkness within yourself here, and exploring those feelings here. Regardless of what type of person this was. I don't care who comes. I don't care how arrogant, ignorant, or avoidant that this person may be. You will still dwell deep into within your dark aspect and light and to be able to speak your truth here. Wow, guys, that is going to do it for your reading. Please like, share, subscribe, comment below if this message resonates. Until then, I'll check you later. Peace.